What if I told you that there is a way to turn into a zombie in real life? You don't need a virus and you don't need a bite. All you have to do is stay awake. Most people think that if you don't sleep, you just get a little grumpy or tired. But that's not the truth. After 3 days without sleep, you aren't a human being anymore. Your brain starts to lose control. It's like something else takes over your mind. You start to move like a ghost, you can't think, and you don't even recognize the person in the mirror. By the end of this video, you're going to see how a normal person can lose their mind and become a walking zombie in just 72 hours. And trust me, the things that happen on day 3 are scarier than any horror movie.
Day 1, just a little tired.
So you've decided to do it. You've stayed up all night. For the first few hours, maybe until 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, you actually feel okay. You might even feel a bit excited. You're watching movies, playing games, or talking to friends. You think this is easy. I don't know why people make such a big deal out of sleep. But then the sun starts to come up. This is a very strange moment for your body. Your brain sees the light through your window and gets confused. It was ready to shut down, but now the light is telling it to wake up. This is your first wind. You feel a fake burst of energy, but don't let it fool you. Inside your head, the zombie virus of tiredness is already starting to spread. By the time you hit 24 hours, one full day, something very specific happens. Scientists have studied this, and what they found is actually terrifying. Staying awake for 24 hours makes your brain work exactly like you are drunk. Think about that. You haven't had a single drop of alcohol, but your brain is stumbling. If you try to walk in a straight line, you might wobble. If someone tells you a joke, you might laugh way too loud or not understand it at all. Your reaction time slows down so much that if you were driving a car, you would be just as dangerous as a drunk driver. Your brain is lagging like a video game with a bad internet connection. You press a button, but your character doesn't move until 2 seconds later. That is your life at 24 hours. The physical pain begins. And then there's the physical feeling. Your eyes don't just feel tired, they start to hurt. It feels like someone put tiny grains of sand under your eyelids. Every time you blink, it stings. Your muscles start to feel heavy, like you're wearing a backpack full of rocks. But the worst part is your executive function. That's just a fancy way of saying the part of your brain that makes decisions. At 24 hours, that part of your brain starts to go to sleep while you are still awake. You'll find yourself staring at a wall for 5 minutes and you won't even know why. You'll walk into a room to get something, and by the time you get there, you have absolutely no idea what you were looking for. The fog has arrived. You are officially in level 1 of becoming a zombie.
Day 2, something feels off.
You've officially survived 24 hours. You might feel a strange sense of pride, but your body is actually starting to panic. Have you ever noticed that when you stay up all night, you start to feel cold? Even if you are in a warm room with a heater on, you might start shivering. This is because your brain is so tired that it's losing the ability to regulate your body temperature. It's taking all the energy it has left just to keep your heart beating and your lungs breathing. It doesn't care if you're cold. At this point, your immune system, the tiny soldiers in your blood that fight off sickness, basically goes on strike. They stop working. If you're around someone with a cold on day 2, you are almost guaranteed to catch it. Your zombie body is now wide open to every germ and virus around you. The microsleep. Now we need to talk about the most dangerous thing that happens on day 2. It's called a microsleep. Imagine you are sitting on the couch, or worse, you are walking down the stairs. Suddenly, for about 5 or 10 seconds, the world just disappears. Your brain literally shuts off. Your eyes might stay open and you might keep moving, but you are legally asleep. It's like a computer that suddenly gets a blue screen and has to restart. You have no control over this. You can drink all the coffee in the world, you can slap your own face, but your brain will eventually force you to glitch for a few seconds. This is how many accidents happen. On day 2, you are no longer the one driving your body. Your brain is trying to hijack the controls to save itself. On day 2, you also lose control of your feelings. Think about a little kid who hasn't had a nap. They cry over everything, right? Well, that is you now. The part of your brain that handles emotions, called the amygdala, starts working overtime. Because you haven't slept, everything feels 10 times more intense. A sad song might make you sob. A small joke from a friend might make you feel incredibly angry. You can't stop it. You're like a zombie that is starting to lose its human soul. You feel empty, angry, and confused all at the same time. And the worst part? You still have 24 hours to go.
Day 3, I don't think they're real.
Day 3 is when the monsters come out. If you have made it to 72 hours, you have officially entered the danger zone. At this point, you aren't just tired anymore. Your brain is literally starving. It is so desperate for sleep that it starts to steal dreams from your sleep cycle and force them into your waking eyes. This is when the hallucinations begin. First, it's small. You might see a bug crawl across the floor out of the corner of your eye. But when you look, nothing is there. Then it gets bigger. A coat hanging on a door starts to look like a person standing in the room. The shadows on the wall start to stretch and move on their own. This is your brain failing to process light and shapes. It's guessing what things are, and because you are stressed, it usually guesses something scary. The Hat Man. Many people who stay awake for 3 days report seeing the exact same thing. The Shadow People. They describe dark, human-shaped figures standing in the hallway or watching them from the corner of the room. Some people call him the Hat Man. Is it a ghost? No, it's your brain's pattern recognition system breaking down. Your mind is so broken that it sees human faces and bodies in every shadow. And it's not just your eyes. Your ears start to lie to you too. You might hear a radio playing in another room when the house is silent. You might hear your name being whispered right behind your ear. By hour 72, you can no longer trust anything you see or hear. You are living in a nightmare, but your eyes are wide open. On the 3rd day, your memory completely vanishes. You might start a sentence and forget what you are saying before you even finish it. You might look at your best friend and struggle to remember their name for a second. This is the zombie stage. Your personality is gone. You don't have opinions, you don't have jokes, and you don't have joy. You are just a body that is moving because it hasn't stopped yet. Your brain has officially disconnected from the real world. If you were to look in a mirror right now, you wouldn't see you. You would see a pale, red-eyed stranger staring back with empty eyes. The emergency shutdown. At this point, your heart is under massive stress. Your blood pressure is spiking. Your body is screaming at you to stop. If you don't sleep now, the damage could become permanent. Your brain is essentially overheating. So why did we go on this journey? To show you that sleep isn't a choice. It's the price we pay for being human. Without it, we lose our minds, our health, and our souls. The truth is, we live in a world that tells us to work more and sleep less. But as you've seen today, if you ignore your body's need for rest, you're not just being productive. You are literally losing the thing that makes you human. If this video gave you the chills, or if it made you realize you need to go get some rest right now, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And if you have a friend who stays up all night gaming or studying, share this video with them. It might be the warning they need to hear before the shadow people start showing up in their own room.